The Austin kits, it comes along with this entire system, and this kit is one of the most comfortable kit to use. It has got a stoppers. If you see the drill, it has got a stoppers over it, and with the stopper marker with 11.5, you will not definitely go beyond the bone. If you want to go ahead with a 13 millimeter, it is specifically marked 3.5, 13. All various diameters and lengths are marked. Of course, some kits, if I go ahead with this, they do not have a stopper. They have a marking point. You can zoom it, please. If you can see this drill, yeah, it is very specific. You can see it very clearly. Specific markings are there, black line markings, and in order to have the clear visibility, they have made a black marking, so we can, whenever we are doing procedures in a blood field area or saliva, we can see that. So all the kit doesn't have the stopper, but you can see the various markings which are present over there, which is indicating of the depth gauge which is over there. This is a lancet, and the sharp drill, and we say it's a lancet drill. Rather, lens drill is written, and we say lancet. I hope you guys remember what was lancet. First year you might have used a lancet. Freaking BTCTHB. In physiology, there was a lancet which was given, the idea coming out, the sharp things which you can use it as a lance, and this is so sharp that it will go through any thickened cortex. But then you need to keep an amazing control with the lens. So many kit gives you a round burr, small, medium size round burr, number 8, so that you can make just a dimpling over the bone. When you are doing open surgery, you just make a dimple, mark the point where you want to make a drill, and I hope you remember the calculation, 1.5 plus half the diameter of the planned implant. So you place the first drill from that point on the bone. So we'll use this lens, and as I'm not going to find out any canal in this, still I will be on the safer side, considering the cervical margin. I'll go with the 10 mm. I hope we have implant size 4.5. You can read the implant over there. This comes with this pack only, which has got marking over there with a fixture and with a healing screw. There is a healing screw also inside this. This comes in a pack. You just have to push over here to open it up. There is a push return over there. You press it and it opens up. It's very simple as it is. I'll use the implant 4.5, 11.5, the markings there. You can read it clearly, 4.5, 11.5 here. Okay, we'll use 4.5, 11.5. The rest of the thing, which is extremely difficult for me to understand because it's Chinese, Japanese? Korean, okay. All right. So this is the drilling area for the drills. We have additional structures. This is a paralleling pin present over there. This, whenever I put a drill, and then I can put a paralleling pin to check with the occlusion and X-ray. If I put a paralleling pin inside and take an X-ray, I will see if it is parallel to the tooth on an X-ray as well as clinical. On the tip, I can see the tip is falling in the occlusal surface of the upper molars, and the center bit it has been falling. So we'll try to be as center as possible. Here I'll not have a lot of guidelines, but I'll take a premolar as a guide.
Can I have a pen or something? This kit is providing you 4 paralleling pins, 2 hex drives, and 2 mounts. You can use it to pick up. These are the various, then there is a prosthetic component where you can use this things to tighten the center screw and all that. But mostly we'll be using a mount to pick up the implant. This is a mount to pick up the implant once it is coming in the triple sterile pack. There is an outer pack, there is a second, and then there is a third plastic bottle. So this is a triple sterile pack which is available. I'll try to go as parallel. to the premolar. I'm not getting a marking, probably styrofoam. No, Charles. Yeah, marker, then it's okay. It's okay. So we'll go as parallel to that, and we cannot take an X-ray over there. Right. So there's a straight paralleling, considering the roots, because of the bulge which is made on the styrofoam, I've drawn a straight line over there. We'll go through that. We can show this. I don't have a direct markings over the phys. Bus this one. This is a physio dispenser. We'll have a rod over there where you can put a saline and attach a saline direct bottle to this, and we'll have the saline coming through this nozzle. As we are using an aerator, you will be having inside, but if you use a contra-angle air motor, you have an extra attachment outside where the saline can come through this. So there is a saline which is coming through it. We will start with I have fixed, it's not screen over here, but I have fixed RPM 1200 RPM che, and we have placed about 35 torque, and the ratio is 1:20. Ratio should be 1:20. It is matching with handpiece, which is 1:16. Okay, so this is the kit. I'll put it aside. Okay, so as just to if you can visualize, otherwise usually we need to function it from outside and use a retraction with a hand or the mirror retractor, but for a visualization I'm changing the position like this. I need to go as parallel to that. So say about 4.5, so I'll about 2 plus 2, somewhere around 4 to 6 millimeters. So if I want to have a cantilever, proper cantilever mesially, I'll go around 5 to 6 millimeter. 5 millimeter is a better idea. So you can have a marker. Every time you cannot go and find a scale. So there is a first 6 millimeter mark over the drill. There is a first 6 millimeter mark. So to that I will take from the distal surface the 6 millimeter and go along with this. You guys will not be appreciating the rotation because the markings are there which goes along with that. But as parallel as premolar as possible, and as you guys might have done a lot of RCTs, and when you do root canal in molar, you can't go straight parallel to the surface or perpendicular to the floor. If you go perpendicular to the floor, you might land up on the lingual side. As the curvature of the mandible is slightly bent, so is the tooth slightly bent. So I have to go about 10 or 15 degrees like this. Not in this though, this here it is straight over, so I can't do much changes, but I'm talking about regular mandible. You can check on CBCT, the angulations from normal, you can change it according to the CBCT. Here, because it's styrofoam, it is straight, so I'll go straight. So I need to stay in the central portion of the medulla, both side cortex and central to medulla. I'll stay in center portion, paralleling to the line which is seen over there. I'm just going slightly from the back because the vision would be there. And the speed consistent, you need to come up and go inside. And as I was mentioning, I cannot bend like this. I cannot bend like this. I have to go straight up and down, right? Okay. You can see the marking over there, continuous vision of the marking from the buccal aspect you have to see, and this is first marking. I have marked this area for the first drill, you can see over there, and it is not just a drill, it is just a marking. We can go up to 6 millimeter inside, put a paralleling pin and take an X-ray. First thing you have to go and take an X-ray for that. You can interrupt me any moment of time, please, if you have a query. This is the thick band is, and the lower border is 11.5. The thick band over there is 8, 10, 9.5, 11 over there. There are markings written over there, and every kit has got either the company guy would come to you and tell you the marking. Every drill has a marking, or at least on the kit or on the brochures they are giving a template, the marking of the drills are written. Because now Ostem has come out with 6 mm implant also, they are also giving a 6 mm marking over it. Otherwise, most of the companies come out with 8 mm implant. First marking is 8 mm. So here you can go up to 11.5 because I am putting 11.5, and that also depends upon the presence of the inferior dental canal and mental foramen, which is over there. You should not go more than half a millimeter more, because Ostem gives you an idea to go a millimeter sink inside, right? 11.5 we have, 11.5, so we take this series. As long as you want to go, we take this series. So I'm taking now 2.2 drill and 11.5 length, because I want to put in 11.5, and this has got as a stopper over there, so I'm not worried about going deeper, but I need 11.5. so when I'm opening a bone, it will be 11.5, but if I'm doing a flapless, I'll add about a millimeter more of gingiva. So if I'm doing a flapless, I would take 13 mm drill to put an 11.5 mm implant. But mostly when you're doing an initial phase, start doing it with open surgery, not a flapless surgery, preferably. Let's go straight up to the bone margin, and I stopped it just to let you know, never stop when the drill is inside the bone, right? You take out the drill when it is moving. You need to take it out when it is moving. Otherwise, because of the bone mud which is forming inside, the drill can get stuck over there. It will make you very difficult to take out. Either the drill might break or the bone might break. So you have to go pulsating, and at the same time when you're taking out, that time only you have to, you don't have to stop when you're taking it out. Alright, it's clear? And can skip 3 and directly 3.5. Because I find the bone, if I find a bone which is D3 type, I can skip 3 mm, go to 3.5 from 2.2 if the density of the bone is at D3 level. But if it's D2, a bit harder, then you need to go series wise, practically series wise. One more company is there. You know, there is a chattering of the bone. When I put this, the bone can chatter. The drill can go over there on the margin. I can chatter and damage it, right? So there is they are not specific one, but they have a small in the beginning there is 3.5 or rather 2.2 is about first 2 millimeters, and then rest of the drill, which is at the upper level, is about 3.5. So they have series of drills like that, and series in mark over there. The next drill is of the 2 mm of the previous drill. So you will end up reaching 2 mm inside, and then you widen it. So you will not even move away from the osteotomy. The previous drill 2 mm will go straight up inside, and then the wider, and they have designed the implant in such a way that the lower portion is 2 mm tapered. So automatically it becomes, so this engineering keeps on going, it's never going to stop. This is an amazing, and everybody is loving this thing to do it. So the new one of the company has come out with, when I was talking about the grooves, there are sharp, there are flat, there are T-shaped, there are reverse bevel. So the sharp one are active ones. The sharper are active. So in those cases, we drill one size lesser than the size of the implant. If I am doing a 4.5 mm implant, I should drill up to 4.2 or 4. because the threads inside itself will cut and do osteotomy by itself. So it's a self-cutting threads are there. But if there are flat threads, the flat one, like which you had seen like a shoulder, if those are flat ones, you have to drill the size same as the size of an implant. So 4.5 then 4.5 drill. Is it clear? So the next company has come out with an amazing idea. The flatter are immediate loading, the sharper are delayed loading. So they have put half of the implant size, the lower half is a sharper one, the self-cutting, and the upper half, which is slightly broader, it is for the loading. So half sharp, half flat. So you can load that. The company claims that you can load the implant within 24 hours. I have not yet done, but this is recommended by them. 4 mm, second last drill, and on the safer side, on the second last drill, I take an X-ray. But at that time, my paralleling pin will not fit inside. The paralleling pin will keep on moving. If you see that, the paralleling pin is not fitting inside. If I put a second last drill, the paralleling pin will not go. What I do, I need an X-ray. I need to see if it's straight or not, because if I take an X-ray without any metal inside, I'm not going to get it. They have a depth gauge. They have given the depth gauge where markings are written over here from first to last. So, and these are the grooves on it. There are the grooves on the markings. Not only markings, there are grooves also. When you take an X-ray by placing this inside, you will find a grooves. So you can see that I cannot see black and white color. I can see black and silver when I am seeing this, but I cannot see black and silver when I am seeing on an X-ray. So the grooves are done at the linings. So you can see grooves at 7 mm, 8.5, 10, 10, 11.5, 13. All grooves are done. So you can see grooves over there. So you definitely cannot miss the depth of it. So you put a depth gauge and take an X-ray. Or what I do is I don't bother to take a extra device outside of that. This is the second last drill. This is 4 mm drill. I am still wanting to go pad. Yes.
It won't give the parallelizing idea.
Parallelizing? Yeah, parallel.
But it will be wobble.
Yes, that's what I'm telling. That's what the next statement is coming to that. I don't use it. Why? I'm telling you why. See, if I am starting, this will chatter over here. It will chatter, so it will damage the cervical collar osteotomy side. So the 2 mm, if I have got a previous drill, it will be so nice that it will go fit inside and then rest of the drill goes inside. But yes, okay, over the period it's fine, you can just definitely don't have any trouble. Don't wobble, go straight inside and come out. As a pulsating, 1, 2, go in and come out. Now it will not be a trouble doing because already osteotomy has been prepared and you can go ahead with that. I would, as I was just, Ankur was asking why I will not use that, I will use the same drill.
Exactly.
It will give me the parallelism, it will give me the depth, it will give me almost practically everything. And it will not move, it will not move. So I use this drill. Yeah, it is cumbersome as soon as, because I want to see an X-ray. It is cumbersome for a patient to keep a mouth closed, because as soon as you turn away and show the back to the patient, patient closes the mouth or goes away and run to do the gargle. But so my assistant will keep I have got a beautiful idea to do that. I keep the suction on inside. So they will not go only. I'll keep the suction inside. Even there is no saliva, nothing. I'll keep the suction inside. So patient doesn't have. Patient always feels some procedure is going on, so they will not move. Right. So I keep a suction inside. And next, the second phase where you need to keep the suction on is when your patient is picking up his phone regularly. Now, my assistant has got a habit of putting a suction on that makes such a noise that he cannot talk on the phone. Even though I have a small posters made in my clinic that please don't use a phone, they use it. So I put a suction on and they cannot hear it. So simple. Okay, the last drill. It is mandatory to take an X-ray before you put a last drill, because even in last drill, you can change the direction and modify the direction. So it's always good to put a second last drill and take an X-ray. It'll be a good habit. First is a paralleling pin. If you find any angulation difference, shift it. First, if you see a proper elongation, I mean parallelism, then it's okay. But if you don't get it, make another drill, take another parallelism. Okay, take an X-rays oftenly. Don't worry about the radiation, because RVG has got 1/10 of the original radiations which we use good, and it is making simplified, absolutely simplified. Straight away, go inside and make a drill up to and off. Right? I'll show you something which is amazingly done over there. Thodu zoom tha do. The margins amazingly sharp. There is no chattering. There will be no margins which is going. It is centralized over there if you see on the ridge, and it should be centralized. I do have about a millimeter there, about a millimeter here, and I have good space in front also. Right? So this is very much happening. One thing which has happened beautiful over here is an curved ridge. You see there's a ridge is not all the time you'll get a flat ridge, you'll have a curved ridge. So the drill will itself do a curvature cutting over here, and you'll get osteotomy at the margins. Right? It's sometime you come across with a beautiful thing. There's a mount to pick up the implant from the implant box, and this is a ratchet. This is a ratchet to wrench. There is when you are putting it in, there is an inside. You attach your mount over here and then drill it. This is wrenching. It will lock one side and it can move freely on the opposite side. It locks one side and freely moves. This is a clockwise. If I want to retrieve an implant back, I have to put it out, remove this side as smooth, and to this understanding, they have nice noise coming out. When it comes, it will give you a crack over there, so you know that it is not locked, right? So that is making you need to tighten 30 up to 30. So rather than using this hand, you use this lever, this portion, so that beyond 30 newtons you go. It will go. It will be giving you a notification which are marking over there. You can see the markings 30, 10, 20, 30. Oh yeah. Can you see that? The markings. So this markings will give you a perfect your newtons, how much strength you have given into the bone, and how much primary stability you got it. Right. So we'll go ahead with that. Will not make you wait long. You guys need to put it back. जाते करो काले करो. आजे तो मारे छे बंदा. You press it and rotate it. First pack. There is a second pack inside, which is in this form. You will find a loose end. A loose end. Hold it and either drop it inside on your tray or on the bubble, then take it out. There is a implant inside. You can see which is present over there, and mostly they have a cover screw. Yeah, they have a cover screw here on the top of it, if they are providing. Austin people are becoming miser. They are not giving you mount and they are not giving you cover screw. Nowadays you have to buy separately. Okay. So I have to use this mount because mount साथे छे ने એટલે मारे I cannot. If this was without mount, I could have used this straight away, which fixes into the implant and have it. But this is with mount, so I'll fix it. Fix it with it. Try and fix it properly so it doesn't drop it. Every time, keep your hand palm below it. Okay, you might drop it. So gently rotate it like this, and then you can take it out, right? Use your digital movements. I prefer, don't keep the implant in the atmosphere for more than couple of seconds. You take it out and just drop it in the osteotomy side and start rotating it. I rotate it with finger and more than halfway I go it. Once the more than halfway I go it, I use the ratchet, put the finger on the top. This will give you a pressure. This will allow you to go inside and start rotating implants. You are very sure about it because you have already taken an X-ray at this level, a previous level. You definitely are very sure. I'm still having 20 right now. I'm having 20 newtons right now. You can see the middle line, right? So I can go up to 30, and a good one up to 30. Still 20, 30, 35 newtons is good. Yeah, almost 30. Good. Sometimes I get a cortex stronger, and if I have more than, you can see it is staying at 30. But sometimes I find that still it is outside and it is not going into the level. Then I'll use a direct hand, and I'm sure that I'm not going to break it. So I keep on going. You'll have markings over here. At every quarter place you have marking over there. A small dimple is, or a dot, or a black spot, or a yellow is given. So you need to keep that on a buckle, indicating that surface is one of the hexagonal surfaces on this side. No mount, I'll show you. So this is the implant with a mount. You can see it's almost parallel. Still to confirm, I would take an X-ray. Every time before I put a healing screw, I'll take an X-ray. Not that I will take it out, not that I'll change the direction now, even if it is 5 degrees here and there, but still for my satisfaction, I always take an X-ray. It's a proud moment to see something you making for, yeah, and then you look at the patient and see like this, you know. Joe, I'm correct. So it's always nice for the patient also to feel it. You need to remove this and healing screw apne mukshu. If you can see slightly, it is synced inside. Slightly it is synced inside. About a millimeter I have synced it inside. So I would still put the mount in this, because I am not getting a buccal surface. There is no dimple on that side. Yeah, you can exactly see there is a spot. There is a spot there. This spot. Can you see that? So that makes one of the hexagonal surface is on the buccal aspect. So when you put in the second stage, when you put an abutment over there, your flat surface will come on the buccal aspect. So you don't have to do a lot of aberrations. That will be even better. This is a good idea to put the dimple on the buccal aspect. There are at 3 points they have given. So it's over here. On one aspect is here, the second is here, and the third is there. So 3 points they have given. So if you want to go 0.5 millimeter, you can go inside, right? Then after you take an X-ray, you do need to take out a healing screw and place it over there. Just to get the buccal, I just slightly wrenched more, but when you put a healing screw should be in the level. Let's make it now more clearer, so that it will be more clear. Now I consider that I feel that it is very near to the mental foramen. Okay, okay. So what I do is I put it back and take it out. 1, 2, and I still need to see the buccal aspect, so I'll check there. Yes, it is. Got it? Okay. All right. Ciao.